Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Arif Siddiqui. I'm the founder and CEO of our startup, Kestrl. So, what is Kestrl? Kestrl aims to be the UK's leading ethical and interest-free payments and wealth management platform. That effectively means that we are a debit card that's linked to an app on your phone that helps you to do three things: to store your money securely, to spend it easily, and to grow it in a manner that is compliant with your personal values. And that's exactly what our vision is all about. Our vision is to help people who want to combine their financial goals in their lives with their personal values, and ultimately to make a change on the world around them for the better. So there's many demographics which experience this and who want to achieve this. However, one of the biggest ones who experience this problem in the UK are British Muslims. So meet Ali. He's a typical Kestrel user. He's 25 years old. He lives and works in the City of London as an accountant. He's living at home with his parents. And the most important thing about Ali is that he is a practicing Muslim. Now, Ali knows exactly what he wants out of life. He wants to save for a car, a house, and to retire one day. However, all the other questions are entirely up in the air for him. How he's going to achieve these goals without using interest rate bearing products, which are against his religious obligations, is very difficult for him to know how to do. When he's going to achieve those goals is similarly unknown. Ali is not available to have access to independent financial advisors who would be able to tell him how to track and save and invest towards specific goals in his life. He's not within that salary band. But the biggest problem that Ali faces by far is where. Where is he going to be able to find those solutions? He knows about one or two specific Islamic brands that match his personal values, but he's been sort of put off by them due to poor customer service and bad reviews. So, what's the solution? Kestrel tackles these in three main ways. In terms of the how, it is our debit card plus our budgeting tool, which helps people to spend and save towards specific goals that they have set and are tracking towards through the Kestrel app. The budgeting tool allows you to plug in multiple bank accounts into the Kestrel app to view all their finances in one place and set goals which make sense across all of their finances, regardless of whether they are a Kestrel user. In terms of the when, it's our AI-enabled net wealth calculator, which takes a look at your previous spending habits, as well as your income and what it's forecasted to grow to, in order to forecast how your wealth is likely to grow over the course of your life, and consequently when you are going to be able to meet your specific financial objectives. So for example, Ali won't be able to afford the house that he really wants until the age of 55. And the biggest question, which is the where, for the first time in the UK, we are creating an ethical marketplace of brands and products that meet our users' religious and ethical obligations. So from savings accounts, portfolios, and property investments, Kestrel users will be able to view all of these on the app, compare them, and purchase them directly through Kestrel. These are a couple of our insights that we've done. Diane, my co-founder, and I, we met at business school, and as part of our summer research project whilst there, we ran a nationwide survey of Muslims' banking habits in the UK, and we found these two very interesting findings, which actually have helped us to sculpt Kestrel into what it is today. So number one, Muslims do not use Islamic solutions, but it's not for the reason that you think. Whilst we found that 90% of Muslim respondents actually desired some kind of Islamic solution, the vast majority weren't using them at all. We hypothesized that that was due to a lack of trust or due to them being more expensive than conventional products. But in reality, overwhelmingly, it was simply due to lack of awareness of the brands that were actually out there. From portfolios such as Wahid Invest, property investment platforms such as Yielders, people were not aware of them. And that's why the marketplace is so key to the Kestrel offering in terms of bringing those brands closer to their users and helping increase awareness. Secondly, younger Muslims in particular care more that their money is actually doing good in the world around them rather than ticking an arbitrary no interest box. And that was a really interesting finding because this is more along the lines of what we know to be as ethical finance as opposed to Islamic finance in itself. And this has really impacted Kestrel in terms of its branding, its marketing, and its messaging, and that we are non-Sharia specific. Whilst we are Sharia compliant at our core, we are branding this as a product for everyone. A good product should be a good product regardless of your religious beliefs, and where that's really one of the key values at Kestrel. So Having said that, if we're looking at the Muslim market alone, there's 1.9 million adults who are interested with Islamic products within the UK, and we're looking to acquire 10 to 25% of that market over the next 10 years. I should temper that with saying exactly as I said in the previous slide, we are not just looking to target Muslims, and we're also looking to move beyond the UK. But this is simply the UK Muslim marketplace. So how do we make money? There's four main ways. Number one, through subscriptions. We will be offering different tiers of service from a free offering to a number of premium tiers where you'll be able to get different features depending on your payment band, from full open banking enabled features, a fully investment advice enabled marketplace, and connecting multiple accounts, for example. Secondly, it's commissions through the brands which are being sold on our marketplace. We've already negotiated the first of these with a number of very well-known brands which will be coming on board, and that will be a form of monthly recurring revenue for us. Thirdly, and a big revenue generator for us will be Kestrl's own products, the first of which has already been designed. So that is a home purchase product which we've designed strategically with a key partner of ours, which inshallah will be going live in the UK market in 2021. And thirdly, is our expansion to Southeast Asia, first and foremost Malaysia, due to our very well-placed on-the-ground knowledge that we've already built up there. We think Kestrl will be very well placed to launch there and to partner with one of the existing banks to become their digital-facing consumer arm. As opposed to going directly to consumers, we see Malaysia as much more of a business-to-business play, partnering with one of the banks there. With all this in mind, we're hoping to break even in the fourth year of operation, as you can see on the graph. So, what have we done so far? As I mentioned, Kestrl began when I met my co-founder, Dain Termizi, whilst we were studying together for an MBA at Cambridge Business School. We did a summer research project where we surveyed the nation's Muslims and found some really interesting findings that I shared earlier, which really helped us to construct Kestrl. And that all started when we graduated in September last year. Since then, we formed our tech team in Malaysia, which are an incredibly talented bunch, I'm happy to say, and also keeping them in Malaysia helps us to keep strategically competitive compared to some of our competitors and keeping costs down. We also had a pre-seed round of £135,000 in January early this year. We got onto two accelerator programs, the University of Cambridge Accelerator and the CMS Legal Accelerator program. We also formed our data science team, which is a key competitive edge that we have compared to other fintechs in and out of the Islamic space, which really help us to keep our offerings going for the net wealth calculator, key budgeting, saving, and investment suggestions. We launched a beta of our budgeting tool in July of this year with 500 test users. And I'm very pleased to say that as of yesterday, we went public on the App Store with the launch of our open banking enabled budgeting tool. This is the team so far. So it's myself as founder and CEO. I'm a Cambridge MBA with a background in Big Four management consulting. Specifically, I worked in the assets and wealth management space, helping companies such as them to digitally transform, to come up with robo-advice and wealth management solutions to help reach consumers at a digital level. Then my co-founder, Dain Termizi, he's our chief operating officer. Before his Cambridge MBA, he spent his entire career working at Bank Negara, the National Bank of Malaysia, where he specialized in constructing and then selling ethical and Islamic products. Then we have Iyad Siddiqui, who's our co-founder and chief financial officer. He has over 30 years of experience within banking in the UK, working for some of the largest banks in compliance and audit roles as head of audit at Bank of New York Mellon and RBS. He specializes in dealing with the UK regulator, helping with licensing and regulation. We're also very lucky to have Irfan Radzi as our talented CTO. He was the former deputy CTO at Homo, one of the biggest e-commerce firms in Malaysia, and he also specializes in payment connections and payment rails. Finally, we have Dr. Musab Shaharam, our head of data science. He's an Oxford PhD, specializing in algorithmic trading, and he's heading up our very innovative data offering. And finally, we are very, very fortunate to be joined by pioneers in the Islamic finance space who have built up huge careers here on our advisory board. First, we have Oz Ahmed, the CEO of HSBC Amana in Malaysia. We have James Bagshaw, former CFO and co-founder of Gatehouse Bank, one of the largest Islamic banks in the UK. And finally, we have Sultan Chowdhury, former CEO of Orayan Bank, which is the biggest and arguably the most successful Islamic bank in the UK, if not Europe. So this is what we need. We're looking to raise a seed round now of 1.1 million at a pre-money valuation of 5 million, which will take us until the end of 2021/early 2022. The majority of this will be going towards platform build costs, with some going into reg and finance costs, as well as salaries, marketing, and a few other ad hoc costs. We're looking to raise this funding through private investment channels, angel investors. We will also be doing a seeders crowdfunding round next month, as well as reaching out to VCs, inshallah, by the end of the year. And this is our roadmap. So we've already hit the first big milestone, which is launching our budgeting tool on the App Store. Next, we'll be going and looking to launch our Kestrl marketplace. We've already identified the first 5 brands who will be coming on board, and that will be going live next month, inshallah. We'll then be looking to launch our debit card in the UK early next year in January. Next, we'll be coming up our home purchase product, which has already been designed, and we'll be partnering with a strategic advisor in order to launch that in the UK. And finally, we're looking to take Kestrl to partner with a big bank in Southeast Asia and to become its digital-facing arm. We're already in talks with a number of major banks in Malaysia around this. So thank you very much for your time. And I'd like to open the floor to any questions. What I can also do is I can play a demo of what our budgeting tool does today. Hi, and welcome to Kestrl's product demo video, where we'll take you through our current functionality. Kestrl is an open banking-enabled budgeting tool, which means users are able to connect multiple bank accounts to the Kestrl app and view their finances in one place on their activity screen. The main reason for this is to help our users with their monthly budgeting. Users are presented with an auto-generated monthly budget based on an average of their previous monthly spendings. Their transactions are broken down into different categories, where they can be viewed according to date or merchant. Users can also edit their budgets manually by each category, which will then feed directly into our algorithm. The algorithm will learn from this and updates their budgets in the future, helping Kestrl's users to stay on top of their finances every day.